All right, welcome everybody to my first live film breakdown. This is Jonathan Hernandez of the Lakers Legacy Podcast. Today we are going to be breaking down the Lakers' newest two-way signing, guard Chris Mañon. Mañon from heaven, last Mañon standing, super Mañon, Mañon of steel. You guys get it. And today we are specifically going to break down Chris Mañon's Summer League tape, the tape that earned him his two-way contract with the Lakers. Before we begin, though, if you guys could please like this video on YouTube, please start commenting down below, drumming up the engagement, and most importantly, please hit subscribe to my YouTube channel at Lakers Legacy Pod. I would greatly appreciate it. I put a lot in time and effort to making this look very nice and organized for you guys, and presenting this stuff to you guys in a very easily digestible manner. So if you appreciate what I do, yes, please subscribe to the channel at Lakers Legacy Pod. And if you enjoy the work that I do and you want to support me financially in any small way, you can also go to patreon.com/the Lakers Legacy Podcast. And I have a buy me a coffee as well. Both of those links are in the description box. I am not beneath hoeing myself out. So if you show me the dollar bills, I will gladly shake some astutely curated basketball video clips your way. So let it rain. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. With that said, let's get into it. Before we dive into the tape, though, let's look at Chris Mañon's general player profile, general player specs. So yeah, Chris Mañon just got signed by the Lakers to a two-way contract. He currently occupies the second out of three two-way spots. Chris Koloko has the other spot occupied currently. They have one open roster spot. Chris Mañon is a 23-year-old point guard, shooting guard, small forward. He played guard in high school and college, but I think in the NBA, he's longer, and he's long and tall and big enough to play the wing, I believe. Chris Mañon is 6'5" in height. I wasn't able to find info on his wingspan, so I'm going to keep it NA for now, but it doesn't look like he has T-Rex arms like Desmond Bane, so that's good. He weighs 215 pounds, which is a very good weight coming into the NBA. He played college at Cornell for his first 3 years, and then Vanderbilt his last season. He played 4 years in college. So in Summer League for the Golden State Warriors, I only have his stats for the Las Vegas Summer League. He did play 2 games in the California Classic. He only averaged like 4 points in the California Classic, and he did average 2 steals and like a block and a half or so. But anyways, I'm focusing on his Vegas Summer League. So these are the stats where he played all 5 games with the Golden State Warriors in the Vegas Summer League. In those 5 games, Chris Mañon averaged 11 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 2 assists. He shot 50% from the field, 50% from 3, although that's misleading. I believe he only took like 2 threes, and then shot 66% from the stripe. Here's the thing, though. Defensively, he averaged 1.4 steals and 1.6 blocks per game, which is tremendous combined stocks numbers for a guard. And he did all of this in just 18 minutes per game. In their last game versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, I believe he put up like 17 points and 9 rebounds. He had a great all-around game. And so the thing you need to know about Chris Mañon is he's essentially going to be the Lakers' Jordan Goodwin replacement for the South Bay Lakers for our internal farmhouse. He is a defensive guard who's built very sturdily. As I mentioned, he's 6'5". He's got a good weight to him at 215 pounds. He's a sturdy guard, good build. And yeah, as we're going to see as we get into the tape, he's just got a great defensive motor about him and really good defensive fundamental IQ and instincts that I think should mesh very well for the South Bay Lakers, but also the big team Lakers if he's needed in a pinch. But if Chris Mañon's playing real rotational minutes for the Lakers, then something went terribly wrong with the big team. And so with that said, though, let me pull up his tape. The first clips we're going to look at, we're going to start defense first with Chris Mañon. And these first clips are going to focus on his perimeter point of attack defense and his mobility on the perimeter. So let's go ahead and watch some of these clips that I've compiled for you guys. So perimeter point of attack defense, you'll see him right there, right atop the free throw line. So as you can see, just how active he is in pressuring the ball handler, and how he rotates very quickly, very handsy, very scrappy. Look at him shuffle his feet, get into that nice crouch and stance, shadowing his guy every step along the way, forcing the guy to give the ball up. I'll just play that one more time. I mean, first he's going to come up to try and help his teammate out until the ball swings to this ball handler, and then just look. He doesn't give the guy any airspace whatsoever, and I just love that his hands and feet are moving at the same time very actively. I mean, he's hand checking the dude all over the place. When the dude drives, he's like shuffling with him every step along the way till he forces him to give up the ball, and so yeah. This is a good encapsulation of who Chris Mañon is on the perimeter. So let's watch the next clip here. There he is. Ball handler bringing the ball up court. Chris Mañon is locked in. Switches on to the other guy and blocks the shot, which is very impressive. Just look how attentive he is. His head is always on a swivel. And then the fact that he was able to block that shot is pretty incredible. Boom. So it's a good combination with Chris. Good combination of mobility in his legs, but also, again, as you guys saw with his stats, he's a guard who can block shots. It's a little bit Matisse Thybulle-esque. So yeah, I mean, the start of this play, he was guarding the ball handler, and then the ball gets swung to the three-point shooter at the wing, and he recovers very well. I mean, he recovers most optimally because he's able to block that shot. Boom. All right. Beautiful stuff. All right, this one, he's pressuring the ball handler right from the get-go, 90 feet up the court. Just watch him bump him, never allowing the ball handler to get comfortable. Look at him swipe down and help as a team defender, even when the ball, like the job is never done with Chris Mañon, is what I want you guys to focus on. He's not resting, swipes down, knocks the ball loose. I mean, just really good stuff, whether it's him pressuring the ball 90 feet up the court or him playing good team help defense. So again, just watch the way he bumps his guy off. I mean, he's probably going to get called for a foul early on in the NBA, but once he gets this reputation of being a guy who is just very frenetic with his sturdy build and a guy who knows how to use his physicality well without reaching in, I think he's going to eventually get the benefit of the doubt. Because, I mean, you can tell when a guy is so locked in and engaged, and that's exactly who Chris Mañon is. This next clip, here he is stepping up to the ball handler. He's going to get screened off, but just look at the way that he still scraps and fights to get back into the play. No airspace whatsoever given to this player. The guy pretty much has to shove him off, and the screen does the job in sort of erasing him. But again, I can't fault him for playing this close up to the dude and then still trying to race back into the play. Right? This is all you can ask for. I mean, he's going to get screened off, but he doesn't give up. He's still trying to get there. Next play. Okay. So this next play, he's up against Dalton Connect, which is highly ironic and humorous. If you remember, Dalton Connect in this game only shot 3 of 13 from the field, and Chris Mañon was a big reason why. So here he is near the logo, guarding the ball handler, and let's see what happens. He knows where the screen is, so obviously he's aware. Oh, he gets erased by the screen. Does he give up? No, he doesn't. Here he is, comes in for the block. So this is what I'm talking about. Even when he gets screened off from a play, look at him fight his way past that screen to get to the block. I mean, that's just tremendous effort. And I think that's just who Chris Mañon is. The play is never over. The play is never dead. He's going to try to fight his way back. And that type of effort is very infectious and very encouraging and something that the Lakers desperately need. I mean, at this point, he's like 2 paces back, but he still rushes back to block that shot by Dalton Connect. Just tremendous effort. Here, pressuring the ball up the court is Cole Swider. You know, Cole Swider is not a ball handler, but he knows that, so he's going to bum rush this dude, and he gets the steal. Like, you cannot rest easy bringing the ball up the court when Chris Mañon is in the vicinity. I think Cole Swider fouls him too. He's looking for the foul right there. So yeah, you just have to, sorry, went back a little too much. But yeah, you just love you just love his scrappiness and his ability to get on the floor, dive for 50-50 balls. This guy knows what his job is going to be in the NBA, and it's to be that gritty, dirty, workhorse sort of defender. And yeah, Cole Swider had no chance here. I mean, Chris Mañon is going to foul the hell out of his way into getting that ball until they blow the whistle. And that's really all you can ask for. This play, he's got the ball handler in his locked in. He's getting kind of screened off here, but he's able to cut the ball handler's driving lane off here and force him to pass the ball. Almost gets it with his hand. So yeah, just another example of his perimeter defense, his awareness, his engagement, his ability to shuffle his feet, really stonewall guys. In this play, okay, I think we are now moving on to help defense plays. And so in this respect, I mean, even when it's not his guy, he's always going to do everything in his power to try and help his teammates out and not leave them hanging. So yeah, we are transitioning now to how he plays as a help defender, as a weak side defender. So let's watch that play one more time. Again, he sees his teammate in trouble. What does he do? He's going to sky in for the weak side block, and then they're racing the other way already. This play, he's still racing and sprinting back, but here's the chase down. Well, not a chase down block, but he makes the effort to contest the shot and really make life difficult for the player trying to get this shot up. Good job by the first defender as well. Here's Chris Mañon at the top of the three-point arc. He closes in, perfect verticality. I mean, this is the big man as well. I mean, he's the first one to this spot, you know? Just really great effort by Chris Mañon. This play, again, you cannot rest easy bringing the ball up the court when he's sort of hounding you. Watch him get screened out of the play there, but still fight back. I know the guy made that shot, but I just want you to look at his effort. He's eyeing the ball handler every step along the way. Boom. Kind of got the wind knocked out of him. Nice pocket bounce pass, but he's still there every step along the way to contest that shot. The dude just hit a tough shot. You know, what can you do? But Chris Magnon's right there. And so you have to give him props for the effort. Here, it's kind of a bit of a scrum, the bottom of the basket. Chris Mañon uses his very active hands, his good wingspan to sort of get this pass and then take it down the other way. Again, good example of his head being on a swivel, good example of help team defense, especially in chaotic scramble situations. That's when Chris Mañon is at his best. Like, he's always going to try to get his hands in. He's always going to try to swipe down, get the block. There's another example of that. Here he is guarding the ball handler at the top of the three-point arc, helps trap, gets both hands on it, leads to a fast break the other way, wasn't able to get the dunk. I think he got fouled on that play. But yeah, again, just super active, very good, not only defensive instincts, but good athleticism along with it. In this play, we've got Chris Mañon. Oh, there he is, coming in for the steal, very Cam Reddish-esque. Nice pass for the layup. Look at him sneaking up like a little ninja, gets the ball. Nice shovel scoop pass to this player here. Nice one-handed pass for the lay-in. And so again, really good example of him helping his teammates, using his active hands. There he is swiping in, digging, instant transition points the other way. Great defense to offensive player who will really turn another team over. And so in these next clips, we're going to look at just his general overall engagement. And so in this play, just watch him kind of track and shadow Dalton Knecht every step along the way. If you're wondering why Dalton Knecht only shot 3 of 13 from the field, it's largely because Chris Mañon was hounding him like a shadow. Even here, when the shot goes up by Cole Swider, Chris Mañon is tracking him to make sure that Dalton Knecht doesn't get the offensive rebound. Let me play that one more time. 1 second. So here he is. Dalton Knecht was never able to feel comfortable and get free as a shooter because Chris was locked into him every step along the way, locked into Cole Swider. He's always looking to dig and help. And then even when it comes to corner crashing, Chris Mañon is making sure to box his man out. Very good fundamentals on pretty much every level. And then when you combine that with his activity, awareness, and engagement, I mean, it's a good blend of freneticness and smarts on his end. High basketball IQ on the defensive end. Here he is in the paint, mucking things up against Kyle Filipowski. Yeah, you just love that he likes to get his hands dirty. He's not afraid to get physical. And again, that's against a 7-footer. Here he is at the free throw line. It's his team's possession. Fights for the ball, gets the offensive rebound, and there he is. Nice finish at the rim. Should have gotten an and one. If the ball is tipped, best be sure that Chris Mañon is going to be somewhere in there trying to grab the ball, secure the ball for his team. Great effort on that play. In this play, you'll see him at the baseline, corner crashing, teammate shoots, air ball, but there he is to strip the ball from the number 21. So again, there's never a play where he's just resting, which is what I love. Okay, so those are the defensive clips that I've compiled from Chris Mañon from Summer League that I think do a good job of encapsulating who he is as a defensive player. If you look at his college tape, there's a lot more to glean from. I will have like a separate full player breakdown of Chris Mañon's college tape and his basketball career in general. But when it comes to the Summer League, those are the main plays that I wanted to highlight. But I'm sure there's some I missed. But in general, I think the clips that I compiled do a good job of encapsulating just how active he is on the defensive end, how smart he is, how physical he is, and how he knows how to position himself on the defensive end in a very highly intellectual way. And again, I think it's just the overall motor that he has and his willingness to do the dirty work things and to never leave his teammates hanging out to dry. Really, really good connective defender. Yes, he does the things that don't show up in the stat sheet, but actually his blocks and steals do show up in the stat sheet, which is crazy. Next, I want to get into his offense because I think this is a highly underrated aspect of Chris Mañon's game. I think so far people have just talked about how he's a defensive guard like Jordan Goodwin and he can't shoot. But another aspect about his game that I've really sort of gravitated towards is his ball handling, because at the end of the day, he is a guard. His ball handling and his playmaking. So let's get into some tape of just Chris Mañon as the point guard. Now, I'll caveat things by saying he's not like a Chris Paul type point guard by any means, but if you need him to run a pick and roll in a pinch, if you need him to bring the ball up in a pinch, he can absolutely do that. So let's just look at some of these plays in Summer League of him as the point guard, playmaking or handling the ball for himself, putting the ball on the floor, and primary creating a little bit. So let's watch some of this tape. Here he is doing a good job handling the pressure. Nice little spin move there, and then passes it to the open man. Gets the hockey assist. Nice little spin move. It's a little bit Andre Miller-esque. If you've ever seen Andre Miller play, kind of got that nice old man pace game to him. Here he is at the top of the key, not top of the key, but near the logo. Handling the pressure well against, he kind of gets trapped there, but he does a good job of passing the ball off. And again, he has solid enough handles to be able to handle this pressure, right? It's nothing too flashy. He's not going to Rafer Alston shake and bake you the whole way through to get loose, but he does a serviceable enough job. Here he is bringing the ball up the court again, handling the pressure well, taking it all the way to the rim, passing it out to the open shooter, boom. Again, this is a guy who knows how to handle the ball. I think it's an underrated skill of his. He's able to get all the way to the rim. I know these are G League players, but you like to see this at the very least, that he doesn't turn the ball over. And he knows how to find his teammates. That was a great pass. Great drive and kick. Here he is bringing the ball up again. Nice little crossover first step. Nice pass to the big man. Again, really good awareness. Sees where he is in alignment to his big man. Nice little shovel pass to him. Boom. All right, here he is bringing the ball up the court once again. Oh, yes, this is the play. This is it right here. This is the one where he's got the juice. Nice spin move, very fluid. Boom, pass to the big man. Yeah, that was nice. Let's watch that again. It was so nice. So yeah, sometimes he does flash some pretty creative vision. Again, he's not like a Jason Kidd, but I mean, he does have Jason Kidd's build. You're going to notice that he loves doing this spin move. Like once NBA teams find this out about him, he's going to have to change it up a little bit, but that was a beautiful pass. So this next play, I'm just going to show like a connective play that he does on offense. First of all, watch him screen his dude off. This is just like a simple dribble handoff, right? But watch how strong he is here. Boom. Guy doesn't get through. He's not the direct assist man, but he kind of started that play with that perfect screen. And then here are some examples of him as a connective playmaker, you know? Boom, boom, swing. Nice bounce pass as the short roll man. Not really a pick and roll there, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. Nice bounce pass, nice dunk. All right, here he is bringing the ball up the court. Takes it all the way into the paint, and then nice lefty layup. So again, this guy is a very capable ball handler, and here he is playing defense right after the made shot. Right? He's got a nice quick first step. Again, he's not the fastest player, he's not the most explosive, but he plays with good pace, and he's got a very controlled handle about him, which is what I like. And he can finish at the rim pretty well. Way better than Jordan Goodwin, actually, because he's strong, but also more athletic than Jordan Goodwin. Here he is attacking the closeout, nice little Euro step and nice English with the finger roll. Evades the defender, boom, boom. Nice 1-2 step. This play, he's going to get the ball to bring it up once again. Let's see what he does with it, because I forgot. Oh, look, he goes coast to coast. There's that spin move once again. Little nifty spin move. Gets the and one. Kisses it off the glass. This is where you see the flashes of Andre Miller a little bit, right? He kind of looks slow and loafing, but he gets the job done. Gets the bucket. And yeah, because he's so strong, he can just move people off and get to whatever position he wants to on the court. You combine that with his solid dribble, and yeah, you can see why he's a ball handling guard. And here he is again. I mean, that was a beautiful move. I mean, he's got a little bit of shake to him, right? And this is just a smart play. He's got two bigs kind of shading him, and he's able to get past both of them. Here he is taking advantage in transition. He's a really good transition player, attacks the basket very quickly. He's a guy who's not afraid of contact, whether it's on the defensive end or the offensive end. And here he is finishing at the rim. All right, so there it is. My Chris Mañon Summer League film breakdown. I hope you guys learned something, a thing or two. I mean, obviously that wasn't anything nuanced. I was just watching it with you and telling it how I see it. But I did spend a lot of time curating those clips, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I will have a more detailed and fuller breakdown of his game as a whole, including his college tape. But if you want to know why the Lakers gave this dude a two-way contract and why they signed him, and you want to see what he did most recently against NBA adjacent players, I mean, you just got a glimpse of it. 11 points, 5.2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.4 steals, 1.6 blocks. He's a defender who can also handle the ball for you, play make in a pinch, but most of all, you know that you're going to get effort, hustle, energy, and engagement from Chris Mañon. And you're getting that in a 6'5", 215-pound sturdy body. And so I'm very excited to see what Chris Mañon can do with the South Bay Lakers and potentially the Lakers if he gets some time, because yes, he can't shoot, but he could be that sort of, at least on the defensive end. The Lakers, I don't even want to say Jordan Goodwin anymore, but I'd almost compare him a little bit more to Jordan Goodwin morphing into Max Christie as a defender, as a versatile defender. So keep a lookout for Chris Mañon. Very intriguing, smart sort of hipster play by the Lakers. Also, I will mention that in college, I'll give you guys some college stats, but in college, he had a 5.5 steal percentage and a 2.8 block percentage for a guard. And so the fact that he was able to do that at 6'5" is insane. And it is very Matisse Thybulle-like, because those are the same sort of steal rate, block rate numbers that Matisse Thybulle was able to put up both in college and in the NBA. So I'm not saying he's going to be Matisse Thybulle by any means, but he has the template of a very grounded, strong, physical defensive guard. Yeah, so with that said, that'll do it for this video breakdown, my first live breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed. As usual, please like this video, comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it at Lakers Legacy Pod. Patreon.com. Buy me a coffee. Links are in the description box. And while I have you guys, he reminds me of Rick Fox without the looks to model. Yeah, he does kind of remind me of Rick Fox as well. While I have you guys on this live, if you guys don't want to let it rain with $1 or anything, perfectly fine. If you guys don't want to subscribe, you guys should subscribe. I put in a lot of work on this. But if you guys do want to help me out with one thing, I will say, and I do want to just really quickly bring this up. All right. If you guys want to help me out, in the description box, there is a link to America's Favorite Couple. And my wife and I, we somehow managed to get into the top 10 of our bracket. And now we're vying for top 5. And so if we win this competition, which has Jeff Goldblum attached to it for some reason, if we win this competition, we get like 20K, which would go a long way in helping pay for most of our wedding that we had back in June. So if you really want to support me outside of giving a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, please also check out the America's Favorite Couple link in the description box of this video and just click vote and like on our profile. The link sends you directly to that profile. It's free to do. You just have to use your Facebook account. If you have a Facebook account, you just sign in and you like it, and that's it. And they won't bother you. You just have to click unsubscribe to whatever I think, yeah, they won't bother you. So if you want to help me out, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, with that said, again, thank you guys for watching. Chris Mañon, last Mañon standing, Mañon from heaven. Really interesting defensive guard prospect for the Lakers. And also one of the main reasons why I am not crashing out about Jordan Goodwin leaving, although yes, that was a loss for the Lakers, but clearly a replaceable loss. So there's Chris Mañon. This has been Jonathan Hernandez of the Lakers Legacy Podcast, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.